All right, so I'm gonna give you guys maybe 1 more minute to come up with some more compound words. Remember, they're two smaller words put together. And you guys are gonna spend 15 minutes on student application. As everyone know, I think Egypt needs to take the test. Did you take the reading inventory? Did you finish it? Okay, so you're gonna have to finish that. Deasia, did you finish the reading inventory?
I don't think so.
You said you don't think so, or you think so?
I don't.
Okay, so I can double check for you, but so some of you may be working on the test, some of you will be doing the student application. Then we're gonna do a compound words lesson. I might switch the independent reading with our lesson. It just depends on how much time we have. So if there are students still taking the test, I might have those of you who are doing student application, I might have you read after that, depending on how we're doing with time. Okay, so go ahead and get ready for either student application or the reading inventory. I'll let you guys know who needs to take it. Go ahead and get logged on, and then give me a thumbs up when you're ready. We are going to switch gears to our compound words lesson. So if you head back to Canvas, and yeah, so you guys won't be using your books today. You'll be have a worksheet. So you guys don't have to use Google Slides. The worksheet. You can close your All right. So Charlie, Deasia, and Josiah, you guys are gonna use the Google Slides. So go ahead and click on today's lesson. It's this one here. And we're gonna get started with this. So we already know that a compound word um, is two smaller words put together to make a big word. You can close your Chromebooks, you guys. You don't need them. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. So those of you who are on Zoom, you can minimize your Google slide because I'm gonna share mine because I have some things that I'm gonna go over first. And then when it's time to do the actual activity, you can pull your Google Slides back up. 1 second, let me get mine together. All right. All right, so let's go through this real quick. Brian, can you read the sentence? Quilt. Okay, so the patchwork quilt have many colors and designs. So the word patchwork is made up of two smaller words, right? I have patch and I have work. So when you are unsure about a word, if you're unfamiliar with a word, what you do is you try to divide it. Okay, so in this case, we can divide patchwork. Patch means a piece of something, such as cloth or other material. Work means something people make or do. All right. Now I'm going to use the context or the content in the sentence says the quilt had many colors and designs. So if I put all of that together with what I already know about those two smaller words, their meanings, I can infer or I can think that patchwork means a quilt that is made up of different pieces of patches or materials. Okay. So you guys use, just like when you use context clues, you look at words around it. That's what you're going to do. Use what's in the sentence to help you figure out an unfamiliar word. Okay. So let's do some guided practice. So there are three types of compound words. There are compound words that are closed, which we are used to seeing, like the words that you guys came up with earlier, cupcake, snowball. Those are closed compound words. But there are also compound words that are written as two separate words, and they're written with a hyphen. Okay. So let's look at this. It says identify each compound word and figure out the meaning by thinking about the individual words. Okay. Charlie, can you read the number one for us?
You said number one, right?
Yeah, number one starts with two.
Two absent-minded students forgot their homework again.
Okay, so I already have a compound word underlined, homework. That is considered a closed compound word. But there's another one. Can you guys tell me which one it is? Who can identify the other compound word in this sentence? Damon? Huh? Number one. So two absent-minded students forgot their homework again. Homework is a compound word, two words put together. Michael? Absent-minded, okay? So in this case, this is a compound word that's used, that's joined together with a hyphen, all right? Number two, can someone read number two? Go ahead, Egypt. My sleeping bag kept me warm at night. Who can identify what our compound word is here? Egypt? Sleeping bag. So in this case, this is a compound word that is open, all right? Usually, I mean, you say sleeping bag together, but we're not going to put those two words together. It's going to look weird. So it's still a compound word. It's just considered open. And then the last one, Michael, can you read number three? Okay, a diver saw a large jellyfish in the ocean. Deasia, what's our compound word?
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish. And this is like, you know, the I'm gonna say regular, but what we're used to seeing, this is how compound words are pushed together. All right. So let me go to my chart. This just shows us some more examples. We have closed compound words like downstairs and scrapbook. If we were to divide these two words, if we were to divide this word, we would get two smaller words, down and stairs, and scrap and book. Okay, here's an example of open compounds, mountain lion and tennis court. You usually see this together. So this is considered compound. And then hyphenated, great aunt, editor-in-chief, mother-in-law, father-in-law. Those are also examples, okay? So far, so good? All right, so this activity here, let's look at it. Let's see what they want us to do. So compound words, write the small words that make up each compound word below. Next, write the meaning for each part of the word or part of the compound word. Then you're gonna write the meaning of the compound word, okay? So I've already done number one. We're gonna go over it together. And you guys are gonna practice doing number two and number three, okay? So let's look at the word hand fed. We look at the first part, we have hand. The second part of this compound word is fed. Really quickly, can you tell me which type of compound word is this? Is number one an open, closed, or hyphenated compound word? Kaylin? Hyphenated. We see the hyphen right here, okay? So we have the first part is hand. So those of you who are on Zoom, you're gonna be filling out your Google Slides because you will be turning this in as an assignment. The second part is feed. Okay, so that's what we have to do first. Let's break the word apart. Our two smaller words are hand and feed. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to move on. Those of you on Zoom, you guys let me know when you're ready to go to the next part. Is it filled out already on yours? Charlie, is number 1 filled out already? Yes, no, maybe so. It is? Okay. So then we have to look at the meaning of the first part. So the meaning of hand is it's a body part that's at the end of your arm, right? That's literally what your hand is. A body part at the end of your arm. Then we have to look at the meaning of the second part. What does it mean to feed? To give food to a person or an animal. All right, so you have to go by steps when you're trying to identify an unfamiliar word. Okay, so a hand is a body part at the end of your arm. And to feed someone, or to the meaning of feed is to give food to a person or animal. All right, and now we have to put it all together. The meaning of the compound word hand feed is to give food to a person using your fingers and your thumb. You guys see how we put all of that together? So you're gonna take the meaning of the first part and the second part, and you're gonna combine them together. All right. So now you guys are gonna have practice on your own. You're gonna do number 2 and number 3. I'll give you a few minutes to work on number 2. We'll go over it just to see if you guys are on the right track. And then number 3 is the one you will be doing on your own. And you'll be submitting your assignment on Canvas. For those of you who are on Zoom, you will submit your assignment on Canvas when you're finished, and then you guys will just hand in your worksheet. All right, does anybody have any questions? The next word is woodlands, okay? So you're gonna, the same steps that we just did, break the compound word apart, find the meaning of the first part and the second part, and then you're gonna combine it. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you understand the task that you are about to do? Charlie, Josiah, Deasia, can you guys like give me some feedback? I don't know whether or not you guys understand or not. Okay, so I'll give you a few minutes to work on that, and we'll go over number 2 in a few minutes. Agree? Second part is land. Now, when we get to the meaning, like I said, I don't want you guys to think too hard, because when you have to combine it, it has to flow, right? So what would be the meaning of wood? When you see the woods, what do you see? Trees, forest, right? So we can just keep it as simple as that. We can just say wood, sorry, not wood. We can say forest or trees. Okay, real simple. Now let's look at lands. Now remember, we can't use the word land in the definition. So another way to say land would be maybe area or space, right? So I'm gonna say area. Yeah, area or part of a country, but I'm just gonna say an area. So if we put that together, my text boxes are a little off. If we put that together, a woodland is an area covered with what? Trees or forests, okay? It's as simple as that. So if you guys have like an area or a space, a place, that's fine too. You don't have to have the same exact words, but as long as you are emphasizing that it's an area covered with or filled with full of any of those work, okay? I'm gonna say covered with trees. An area covered with trees. All right, I'm gonna help you with living room. I'm gonna give you one clue, and then you guys have to figure out the rest, okay? Living, well, you guys can do this part. Let's look at the, what's the meaning of living? It's kind of hard to like put a definition to it, right? But what is living? The way people live. We are living the way people live, okay? So I'm gonna give you that. The way people live. All right. Now, when you think of a room, I want you to think of, don't think of like one specific room, like a bedroom, a class. Well, yeah, don't think of one specific. Think of room in general. What does a room have? What do rooms have? No, don't think of a bed. Don't think of a specific room. Just think of like an empty room. Yes, walls. Usually, yeah. Sometimes they don't. But for sure, they have walls, right? Josiah and Charlie, you guys following me? They don't always have carpet, but they always have a what? A floor. And it always has a ceiling. Okay, so remember that. What is a room? A place or a space, you can use space, that has walls, a floor, and a ceiling. Okay? Huh? A roof? Well, the ceiling is the roof because a roof is like this. A ceiling is just the top of the room. All right. So I'm gonna have you guys finish this, then you'll submit it based off what I just helped you with. Did you guys hear my explanation? Charlie, did you hear me? Okay. So we have 21 minutes left. When you guys are done with this worksheet, go ahead and submit it, and then you can do some independent reading. You can choose to read our class book, or you can just choose to read your own independent reading book, okay? Josiah, are you listening? You look a little distracted.